Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 25th. I'm Miriam Bosiljevets. The NWT has blown through a deadline to create an action plan for the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples Implementation Act. The territory passed a law implementing the UN Declaration back in 2023, and an action plan was supposed to follow by October of last year. Tunide Willade MLA Richard Ajerikon called that out in the legislature on Tuesday, saying the GNWT was all words and no action.
You might think this is the most progressive government in the country, but words don't get my constituents timely medical care. Words don't fund schools. Words don't solve housing crisis. Words don't create jobs or bring economic opportunities to their communities.
Premier R.J. Simpson said the action plan is out of his hands because it's a collaborative effort involving Indigenous governments, but hopes it'll be ready later this year. The NWT has published its new immigration points system. Foreign workers wanting to join the nominee program will now have their applications scored first. You score huge bonus points for multiple years of full-time work experience in the NWT and higher education completed in the North. You also get bonus points if your job will be based outside Yellowknife. The maximum score is 845. See the full points grid on our website. Yellowknife has moved back to drawing water from the river. The city was pulling drinking water from the bay for most of last week because the bay intake is larger and it helps bring in more water. The cold weather had caused so many leaks that the city needed the extra capacity. Things appear to be settling down. City Hall said it had switched back to river water yesterday. Fort Simpson could have what's called a new energy management system by April. The pilot project would connect large batteries to the village's diesel generators and solar panels to make power more reliable and reduce fuel consumption. The company behind the plan is hoping for energy savings of 5 to 20%. If it's given the green light, the pilot could run for up to 12 months. A documentary set to screen in Yellowknife aims to bridge different perspectives on homelessness and move toward solutions. Erin Dage is an associate professor of criminology at Wilfrid Laurier University. She was one of the researchers involved in the film called Bridging Divides.
The documentary is called a broker dialogue method, so it's brokering these conversations between people who might not otherwise speak to each other. But rather than the conversation ending at the documentary, we actually are hoping it's a starting point for different communities to have the conversations themselves.
The free screening and a panel discussion will be held at Yellowknife's D&D Gym on March 7th. And have you ever dreamed of pitching a business idea on Dragon's Den? Now could be your chance. Producers from the reality TV show are set to hold auditions in Yellowknife on March 3rd. Producers also plan to hold a small business workshop a day earlier, featuring a business owner who appeared on Dragon's Den. You can find more details about the auditions and workshop on CabinRadio.ca. Your weather forecast for today: Yellowknife -18 with periods of light snow, Inuvik -30 with a chance of flurries, Norman Wells -21 with periods of light snow, Hay River -18 with a high chance of flurries, Fort Smith -16 with periods of light snow, and Fort Simpson -14 today with light snow.